Okay. Share the screen itself. Yeah. Do you think you can just, any one of you can unmute himself or herself, because I couldn't see you. So just let me know if you see the screen.
I see the screen. Natural language processing.
Yeah, super.
I see the screen as well.
Okay, so I will make it a bit large, and then I'll start to explain. So actually, you can see the structure of the course, how are working. So the previous lecture is a lecture of last week. We put some Python codes, some experience or some training on how to collect data from the web. And as we would like, you can collect this data to be structured data from the first step using API. So you can use API and you can collect structured data. For example, you can use API for Elsevier or Springer, for example, and you can collect a very well structured data about literature review and literature about your PhD topic or your master topic. And this data is will be very structured, like you have a column for the author, column for the journal, column for the year of publication, column for the abstract, and so on. If your data, for example, or your PhD project or master project about, for example, traffic on sustainability of traffic, for example, in North Norway, and you have an organization that collects this data, and this organization makes their data available for you. So API, you can use the API in order to collect this structured data, and then you start to use it in your research. But also last week we did this how to collect unstructured data, how to harvest websites. So you have now like a simple tool, like a simple text or simple Python code that I shared with you. And using this Python code, you can say, I would like to harvest this 3-4 websites, and you can collect all the text from these websites. So this actually will lead us to today's lecture, which is about the natural language. And I will tell you why this natural language process is important for you as PhD or master students, and how you can use it in your PhD and master work. But also, I hope that this lecture will be like two-way. So since this natural language process is a big topic now, and I am sure all of you have like some opinion, some thoughts, and you agree, disagree about using natural language process. So natural language process is, just to give you an example, like ChatGPT. So ChatGPT is just natural language. So how you can use, for example, this natural language process like ChatGPT in your study? Is it allowed? Is it not allowed? We should use it or not use it? So we can, this lecture, we can use it as an introduction lecture to understand what is the natural language process, how you can use it in your research, but also we can use it as an introduction for the next lecture, which will be the lecture after next lecture, which will be about the ethics behind the AI. So how or why actually we decide to have this natural language process here in this course? Because now I give you like this tool last week using API. And say, for example, you are a student, like staff, for example, Mushtaq is doing his postdoc in chemistry. And he would like to review some articles about a component that he is trying to create in the lab. Simply, he can use the last lecture using API. He can go to certain type of journals, and he can harvest the journals, and he can collect either the full text around this topic or the abstract around this topic. So actually, after this harvesting, Mushtaq will get a heavy set of text about the topic that he is looking for or he doing research on. If we say, for example, another student from master students, he doing his master on sustainability of something, road transfer, for example. The same way we can go using any topic, actually, any topic of you, any master topic, any PhD topic, you need to review the previous work. And this is actually, you highlighted it when we talk how we collect the data, like 2 lectures ago. You said the first thing in order to collect our data is the previous work. And in your PhD or in your master, once you start to speak with your supervisor, the first thing your supervisor said to you is, okay, this is the stage in order to collect previous work. So you just go and collect previous work. So you have actually a set of text that is published before on your topic. This text can be full text for a paper or abstract of text. Another thing that you can use natural language process on is interviews. So simply if we say that there is a social scientist between us and this social scientist, we make interviews. So actually you can use this natural language process in order to analyze your interview. What you need to collect this interview either as a voice or as a text, okay, written text. And then you convert this interview, this voice, for example, into text. If you collect this interview as a text from the first step, then you use this natural language process to analyze this text and come with results that will help you to understand the data that you collected from this interview. So actually, if you are natural scientist, if you are social scientist, if you are working with sustainability, if you are working with chemistry, if you are working with any topic, you need the natural language. So this is why we decide to have this natural language process lecture here. And again, as the structure of the course, we didn't go deep in the topic. By the end of the course, I will show you the scripts that you can use and you can use as a base in order to develop your natural language process tool. But again, we will not go very deep. I will give you like a very slight information about this natural language process. But I am very happy if you would like to unmute yourself and ask, since this topic is a hot topic now around this. So what we can do with natural language process, actually, it's manage human-computer dialogue system. So actually, the natural language process it's a tool in order to communicate with the computer system, with the AI system. You can now use ChatGPT and you can ask any type of question by any language. If you speak Indian, you can write in India. If you speak Arabic, you can write in Arabic. If you speak Norwegian, you can write in Norwegian. It doesn't matter the language that you write on. And then the ChatGPT can understand your question and even can understand if you make joke, for example, if you write a joke, it's not just a question, just a joke. The natural language process can understand, this guy is making joke with us. Or what your question is. And then they start to collect the answer and present this answer. So it's sort of communication way between you and the AI. And this is just a new thing. It's just happened like 2 years ago. And the bubble started to be big and big just last year. So it's in January last year, like 1 year and a half ago, the ChatGPT started to be announced that we have a new tool called ChatGPT. But if you go to the root in the natural language process, actually we have this root a bit older. So actually Google Scholar, not Google Scholar, Google Translate is natural language process. So it's able to translate from language to language. So actually this tool is existing years before this ChatGPT. It can create language. So this tool can create things. And I think this is a problem now. with the university, while the university start to say, don't use ChatGPT in your exams because you can just ask a question and then the ChatGPT can give you the answer. You can use natural language classifier, and this is mainly this example that I give to you about the interview. So if you have an interview, like text or recorded interview, you can classify this interview. You can understand the people that you discussed and the people that you interviewed, what's their idea. And not only their idea, you can classify this. You can say this group of people agree with this idea, this group of people disagree with this idea, for example, or suggest another idea. So actually, you can use this natural language process in classification of idea and validity. Even a natural language process can understand. Okay, so the ChatGPT can understand you. They can speak with you. They can understand what you speak, what you think about. Okay, so this is a very powerful tool. And even as I told you before, during I think some of our lecture, even the university now put restriction. Don't use ChatGPT. But we have to understand clearly this is a function. Okay. So again, I am using ChatGPT, but it's just because it's a famous example there. But for example, Microsoft is behind the ChatGPT. Google is behind another natural language processing tool, and this is large companies, and they have their tool. And in 1 year or 2 years, you will find a button in our Word, the program that you used to write on, just a button in order to click, and then it will create automatic settings. So how the university will stop this? It's technology. It's come with the business, so no one can stop it. Even the university now start to put some rules, but no one will stop it. It will go. So we need to develop ourselves in order to understand it and in order to use it in a better way, not just to hack the system, not just before the exam, one night before the exam, give some question to the ChatGPT and give us the answer. This is not correct way. But I will show you today the structure of the natural language process, and I will give you an example of how you can use this in your study. So I started with this example of interviews. So assume that you are a social scientist and you are in the field and you decide to make some interview with indigenous people in Norway, for example, Sami people, and you start to conduct this interview. The easy way to conduct this interview is just to record it, either record it with video or record it without video, like just speeches. So this is the first step. So if we assume that you make an interview with a group of people, if you assume that we have a workshop, for example, but we didn't write notes for the workshop, but we just record the workshop. Like use a record, like our lecture today is recorded. So we record the workshop. Great. So we can use this record and we can extract the text out. And YouTube actually is very easy. It's very, very easy to extract the text using YouTube. So actually YouTube uses this natural language process. So this is an example. This is one of our lectures that I recorded last year. And then you upload the lecture. And after 30 minutes, they analyze the species in this lecture. And after that, you can choose the language. You can say, I need the text in English. And then you will get the text, the full text of the lecture. Or I need it in Spanish. I need it in Norwegian. They will translate this text for you. The YouTube has this. And then you can use this text in order to go to the next step. Of course, you can develop your tool. I will show you by the end of the lecture how you can develop a tool in order to translate the text or the species to text. Another example, Google. Actually, Google do two things like the Google Translate. It translates from language to language, but also can translate from language to, from text to speech. So you can write, hi Google, and then you can just press this microphone button, and then you can hear it out. Like you can hear this hi Google by the language that you put out. This is again natural language process behind this. So I give you just some example. If you are using this series, this technology series, and you wake up morning and you ask, hi Siri, what's the time now? So actually, this is technology behind, like using natural language process. So actually, Siri, they capture your sound, they translate the sounds to text, then they get the text and start to analyze it. And after that, they give you the results as a text, and then they convert this text to speeches. And then Siri reply to you and say, good morning, today is Tuesday, the 5th of November. So the technology behind Siri is again natural language process. So when you are looking at this natural language process in general, you can see it like this, like, good technology. It's a very nice technology. It's like piece of iceberg. But actually, the things behind this piece, there is a lot of things. Text analysis, a lot of codes. This code is most probably produced by Python. So today we try to go a bit deeper to see what's behind this technology and how you can use it. So, so far, any questions? No questions from our audience? You are here? If you are here, just give a sign.
We are here, and I think we are good so far.
Okay, good. Great. Yazoye, you have a question? So if you have any question, please unmute yourself because I couldn't see the team. So you just unmute yourself and you can stop me and ask them. So the first thing, how this thing is going, actually we need to make this synonym analysis. So this analysis actually analyze the relationship between the words. And actually this type of analysis try to understand the logic and the meaning behind the sentence. So if you have a sentence, say you write a sentence for ChatGPT, how this analysis is going? ChatGPT start to get, okay, this is one sentence. Get this sentence and start to analyze it. Like, for example, here, the gold belter is certainly absent. And then they start to get word by word and start, okay, this word is a noun, is a verb. This is adjective, this is adverb, for example. And then start to see the relation and analyze it. And for each analysis, they give like a code set. And this is, of course, for the big programs like ChatGPT, they are using this neural network in order to analyze this different sentence and start to understand the meaning. If we write a text like this, for example, you see this is a very long sentence. It's very complicated. ChatGPT or this natural language process start to, you see this hierarchy? They start to, this is one sentence, but actually it's a complicated sentence. We have many verbs. We have several adverbs. We have several subjects. So they start to analyze, okay, Emily is a subject here. Uh, for example, causing can be used as a verb. Rain can be used as a verb. And then start squeezed is a verb. So they start to analyze the sentence and start to put it here, like everything in its position. So you can see it's not a simple process, it's a complicated process. And of course, as we already put that this is an AI model, so the natural language process is AI. And as we know that the best AI model is the model that trained by good and a lot of data. More data mean stronger. And this is why people think that ChatGPT is one of the strongest natural language process models that exist now. Simply because we have something called Corba, and this is a piece of text. Yeah. This piece of text, we use it to train our model. And this is actually text that annotated already. Like, for example, how we know from this thing that is a verb? How we know that is verb? How we know that absent is adjective, for example? Simply, there is a database, and in this database, they say is verb. Absent, when it comes at the end of the sentence, is adjective. The, for example, is can be like an introduction word for a sentence. So actually, there is a database that includes this information about every word. And this database called Corpus, okay, or this databases, because it's not one database, it's several databases, hundreds of databases. So for example, I will give you an example. There is a database called Newsware Collection. And in this Newsware Collection, there are around 500 million words. So there is people who collect 500 million words, and they put this 500 million word in a database, and they annotate each word. Like this word is a verb. This word is adjective. This word is a subject. This word is again maybe verb, for example. Then there is another database called the Brown Corpus, and this includes 1 million words of tagged balanced text. Okay, so this is the first one is 500 million. The second one is 1 million tagged balance. Then we have Canadian database, and it's include 10 million words, English and French. And of course, the largest database is the web, because the web actually has billions of the words that we know. And this is actually why ChatGPT is the most powerful tool now, simply because ChatGPT is trained by the web. So what they are doing in ChatGPT, you can understand now, they harvest all the information on the web, all the data on the web, all the websites, all the literature existing. They harvest it, and then they start to analyze the text. They have their tool to analyze the text. And then using this analyzed text, they produce their corpora, which is something for them. So they didn't share it with any company, because this is their money. Okay, if they share it with other company, the other company is much powerful than them. And of course, Google now they try to produce their text. So, and you as our colleagues who are sitting here in this room, you can produce your text. You can, for example, say, I would like to produce a text, or my corpora, for example, Mushtaq, he would like to just produce text analyzer for chemistry. I am interested in chemistry. So what I will do, I just will go and I will extract 10 paper. You can do this as exercise when you return back home. You can get 10 paper from your field and you can create your text analyzer. And then you can just feed your text analyzer with this 10 paper. And as default, your text analyzer would just understand chemistry or just understand sustainability or just understand the topic around your PhD. And actually, ChatGPT can create this for you. So you can create your very personal ChatGPT. You can say, I would like to create my personal ChatGPT. And you can feed this ChatGPT with 10 paper from your field. And then, based on this 10 paper, the ChatGPT will create this Cobra, which is like this database, their database. And they will use it, or ChatGPT will use this database only for it. And you can imagine if you can just create this for something in chemistry or biology or in ecology, you will have your tool just in the field. So actually, this is the database that is used to communicate with this natural language. Without this database, there is no AI, there is no natural language. And again, as I told you, the AI, you need to train your model. You can create a model, but you need to train this model. And in order to train this model, you need data. And this data is stored in terms of natural language process in this Cobra 6. And this is, for example, this is a corpus-based methodology. And in this methodology, actually, you have each word in your database is defined through. This is verb. This is adverb, for example. And based on that, you can see here this figure. Once you give the sentence, they start to plan the sentence and they start to say, okay, this is verb, this is adverb, this is subject. And based on that, they start to understand the meaning of the sentence. This is just another example. And of course, the natural language process is much more complex than this. Because, you know, this is just like one sentence. This can work for only one sentence. But if you give like a full text, it works, but you need much more powerful. Like you need like very comprehensive tools like computers and tools in order to use to develop your analysis. It takes a lot of time and energy. Yeah. And here, even correct structure don't fall down to the mean. So even if you have really the structure of the sentence, this doesn't mean that the natural language process will catch everything, right? So I don't know if you have here any questions. Any questions so far from your side? I couldn't see you. If you would unmute yourself and ask. You are still here or?
You're here. At
Okay.
least I am. I'm here.
Okay. Okay. So do you have here anything?
So the point was that there is a lot of grammatic analysis.
Yep.
But also putting information in context.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. This is actually the thing that I expect to you here. But so far, it's a grammatic structure. So this root analysis is just a grammatical. Where is subject, where is the verb, where is the adverb, right? So this is just a grammar. But actually, the natural language process is much more complex than this. So actually, there are weak tools. You can develop your weak tool that just understand the structure of the sentence, and you can get, this is verb, this is adverb, this is subject, and you can analyze this based on that. But also, this natural language process tools that are produced now, they have annotates about, as we will see later, something called anagram. Anagram, or number of grams. This is a tool to understand, okay, when you find word 1 plus word 2, these two words together, this means that you make joke of it. If you find this word plus this word, this means that you are serious. If you find these three words together, this means that you are angry. So actually, you can make sets of words that, or this databases can create sets of words and have the sense of the meaning. If you are happy, if you are angry, if you are joking, for example, and here you can exclude, or you can get more data just beyond the structure of sentence. Okay.
Tamer, could I ask you a question?
Yes, Lisa?
Just if you then have learned like this, then this and this word together, this telegraph you talked about, will this be added into the corpora?
Yes.
Okay, so is this an ongoing thing that will keep on adding information into the corpora?
Of course, yes. This is depend on the things that you answer. If you say, for example, this, for example, will create here a natural language process, and you are using an existing corpora, these things will not be added with them. It will be already included there. Correct? But there is like the natural language. Again, yeah. So if you are developing a simple natural language process for you, okay, you can write the code in order to update your code automatically. Like, when you find these three words together, this means that you are happy, or you are sad, or you are serious. Okay. If we go to this automatic things like ChatGPT, it's automatically created. So actually, ChatGPT has a problem that it's learned from the text that is produced by themselves, by the ChatGPT, and it's the problem. So if you go now to ChatGPT and you give a text like create me a paragraph about my introduction to the thesis, my master thesis, you will get the text. Okay, but the problem with ChatGPT is that they will use text that they created as input for their model. So actually, they update their corpora using the text that they are creating. And this is a problem because now they are using ChatGPT. Can you get it?
Yes, it's kind of like creating fake data in a way.
Exactly, because they use data they are created. So the model create data, and they reuse this created data to train the model again. Right? And we got this basics in the AI, like at the beginning of the start lecture. We need a very fresh data, unique data, in order to train new AI. So actually, ChatGPT, what they are doing, they create data and they use this data to train the model again, and so on. And this actually sometimes something called like the model. At some stage, they just create like not make sense results. Like they just give this results that is not make sense at all. And you can see, this is just rubbish. Simply because they just get data, recycle it, and give it back again. And then the rubbish that is used, they again recycle it and give it to you back. And so on. Okay. So actually, yes, you can update your Cobra. You can make your Cobra understand if you are happy, if you are sad, what's the meaning of the sentence. What's the feeling of the person who are speaking now or writing this sentence? And you can update this Cobra, and then you can create your model based on this. Okay. And here, this is just again to continue our discussion. In general, every level of linguistic structure comes with its own condition. Like, for example, if you say, you will write this sentence, I haven't slept for 10 days. John Thompson said he was doing it. Okay. If you develop a very simple natural language process, this means that you didn't sleep for 3 days, right? Very simple. But if you develop such formulas that understand the relation between the words, this simply doesn't mean that you didn't sleep for 10 days. It means that you are under stress because there is a problem with your thoughts or something. And because of this problem, you couldn't sleep for 10 days. This means that you are under stress. Okay. So actually, when it comes to understand the meaning of the sentence, it's a bit complicated. Okay. When we go to natural language process with other language, here we need to add this culture component. For example, if you are in Norwegian and you are saying, my Norwegian is very bad, unfortunately, but I assume that in Norwegian there is few words. When you are saying it together, this means you make fun of it. Okay. If I think Victoria is with us here, I assume that in Finland, again, if you have some words together, you mean you make fun. And this is unique. This word together is just for the Finnish people. This word is just when for example, in Egypt, I am Egyptian, as you know, when we say good morning, and you say this good morning evening, not during the morning time, evening, this means that you are happy. You just say good morning at any time. Like, I sometimes say this to my colleagues in our group. They show me, for example, at 4 o'clock evening. So we just almost we like to go and leave the school, and I just meet them in the way and say good morning. And I can see they look very strange. Good morning at 4 o'clock. Yeah, because here there is a culture behind this. Because when you see this words, this means that you are happy. You are just optimistic. We're still in the morning time. We still have the day. We can make fun. If you go to Japan language, for example, or Chinese language, again, you will find such words that just unique, like combination of words that unique for this language. So actually, this formula, when you develop it, you need to develop it with a sense of the culture behind it. Okay. And this is why this FDT and this big company spend billions of euros. Like, the really spend billions of euros to develop their company. Because they need to develop such corpora that include not only the relation between the words, but also the meaning, the combination of the words, the culture behind the words. So it's a huge investment, huge database of this. What we can do with natural language processes. Here, this just some example. I give you this clear example that you, as a researcher, can use. Sorry, I use here a background here, but start to run music. Now I make move.
Thank you for taking us for a walk, Tamer.
Yeah, sorry for that. Yeah, because there is a music, they just run some music in the place that I was sitting, and I think now you're hearing any background. Is it okay somehow?
I don't.
Sounds good.
Okay, good. So here I try just to show you how this natural language process can help you. As a researcher, again, you can summarize your interview using this natural language process. You can make this literature review using natural language process. You can search for the updates in your field using this natural language process. You can create your model in order to find any update in your world, and you get summary. Like you can create an API or a program using Python. You can say, I need to create my program. This program will use API. This API will go automatic to Scopus. They will each month, for example, and they will try to find all the publications that is published last month on my topic, my research topic, and get the full text or get the extract of these things and run this natural language process and give the trends. What is going now in my research topic? So actually, you can go about in using natural language process just beyond the ChatGPT. Just ask the question and get the answer. You can really. So, for example, you can like very simple things. You can ask a question and get answer. You can make text summarization. You can give a full paper, and then the natural language process can summarize it for you. And again, it's very simple. I will show you now a code, just a few lines. You can make machine translation. You can make this deep understanding. Deep understanding, if you already have this formula that has relation between the component. You can discover the error in the text. I think like this word, they have this discover the error in the text since 10 years. They have this tool that gives you there is error here, either grammatic error or error in like writing, spelling. You can create your tool in order to see if this text is spam or not, to understand the relation. This is not make sense. This is just a spam. Then I would like to have this anagram. Just it's one line of code, and it can give you the relation between the topics. Like you can say, I need to find the relation between two words and analyze these two words and see how many times these two words appear together, or three words, or five words. Like I need to find the relation between ecology, sustainability, and biology, for example. You can give these three words to your natural language process, and they will analyze the text, and they will say, okay, these words are coming in your text for 10 times. And based on this combination, you can analyze your text. What's the meaning behind this text? Is this text means that this combination is good, this combination is bad? You can analyze what is coming with these three words. Is this a positive feeling? Is it negative feeling? Does this mean that your text mean this combination means that there is positive view, negative view? So you can use this anagram in order to do such type of analysis. Now I would like to give you this tool there is a natural language process for Python called NLTalk, Natural Language Toolkit. It's open source in Python. So actually you can just pipe install, like you can run your Python code and you can pipe install NLTK and it's automatic will download this toolkit into your machine. This toolkit actually include three things, as I will show you in the next slide. But just to go through it, this NLTK, Natural Language Toolkit, it's a suite for open source Python modules. It's open source, you can use it for free. Datasets, and you know. So now I will explain these things. You have modules. So the modules is the code itself. So actually, NLTK, it's come with the codes that is do the action for you. You need just to understand what you need to use the code for and apply it. And you have data sets, which is Corpora. This is the Corpora itself, the text that you are trained, or the people behind it train it for you, so you can use it. And you have tutorial, like you have a huge amount of text to guide you through this natural language toolkit. Actually, this toolkit supports research and development in natural language process. So you can use the existing data for your work, or you can develop it. I didn't think you can develop something, but you can use it for it. You have many modules. It have good visualization tool to visualize the relation between the words. It's not a state of the art because it's like a huge data set. So actually, they update it from time to time. Not for example like the ChatGPT. ChatGPT they update it sort of weekly. If you go to nltk.org, you can download this tool. What this tool is using, actually, it's use code, Cobra, and documentation. The code is the code that used to read the text. Take something called token, Tiger, WordNet, and you can imagine that you have 50,000 lines in this defense. So you can do whatever you want. You can just use whatever you want from this 50,000 lines. The Cobra, which is the database itself, the text itself, there is more than 30 annotated datasets. Okay. And each dataset from this 30 datasets include millions. And you can imagine the size of this datasets is more than 300 megabytes. And then you have books and article and API and documentation for this NLTK, more than 400 pages. So you have a lot of document in order to use. So actually use this NLTK, you can create your ChatGPT today. You can create a ChatGPT for you today. Okay. So this is just an example for the codes. You have code to read your data sets like the corpus. You have codes to make tokens, triggers, word, semantic interpretation. So actually there is code already to understand and interpret the text. There is code to cluster the text. So if you give text, they can analyze the text and start to cluster it. Evaluation metrics. There is, of course, Ngram, which is the relation between the words, everything in the code. You don't need to develop anything. You just need to find the line in the code that do that for you. For graph, we can see It's more than 30 database. It's Brown Cobra. It's hundreds of them, hundreds of words, millions of words that you can use. And all of this, you can download it in your machine. Documentation, again, I told you that you have 400 pages of document. You have a lot of YouTube video. You have a lot of online material. So if you are developing a tool to analyze text and you need to find cluster, for example, in your text, you can just go right in Google. I would like to use clustering in using Python and NLTK. And then you will find the guidelines that show you how to use a cluster. Some words about NLTK, it's like hierarchy organization. They have a lot of modules. Every module actually address a specific task. Module, this is the code itself. The module actually, each module has two tasks. The first task is data oriented, so they can understand the text that you are giving. And it's task oriented, which is encapsulate like resources and methods and other codes that can be used in order to implement the tasks that you have. And then we have an example for today. So this is like very general the lecture, and then I can show you the code in a minute. Now we can open a question for you. Like, do you have questions so far? I can stop now just to see you.
Is it expected that we make a language processing model during the course of this lecture?
No, it's not expected, but I will give you the tool to do so. Like I have this, I already uploaded this for you. So if you go to the canvas, you see this is already online now. So this time I published it before the lecture. And you can see here, if we go to, for example, advanced course, this is a PhD level. If you go to the modules, either PhD or master, you will find both of them. You go down to today's lecture, web scrubbing. So this scrubbing is already published. And then you have this lecture, natural language process. And here you will find the PowerPoint presentation, which is the PowerPoint that I have now. And then you have the code and the script as one zip file. You can download the code and script. And using this code and script, you can run like a simple code. And then you can start to make it complicated. So it's not expected from you. It's not expected from you to develop. Sorry, I am sharing. Sorry. I stopped the sharing.
But I found the file. I found the code and script on Canvas.
Maybe I can share it again. So maybe I can go to the introduction. The introduction is the master level. You can go to the module. Then you go down. This web scrubbing, this is a master lecture. This is natural language process, this is today lecture. And then you have the PowerPoint presentation. And lucky we are now recording the lecture, so I will upload the report later. And then you have this code and script as one zip. Okay. So in the code, you will find two files. I will share now with you. This is, yes, this one. This is the file that you will get. You will get this text. This is just description cluster 4. This is just text like, an interview text. It's like an example text. You see, this is just text. It's text can be website. It can be summary for a paper. It can be any type of text. Okay. So this is just an example. And then you have two two files, two Python files in order to run this very simple natural language process. And now I can open these two files for you. This is step 1, and this is step 2. In step 1, you can see my screen.
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, so first thing, we need to import NLTK. Okay, of course, for you, when you run this code, it will give you error simply because you don't have NLTK. So you need to come here in this console and type install NLTK. Okay, and run. And we'll start to download this NLTK. And sometime NLTK, if it doesn't work, you need to go and search on Google how to download, because when you are running pipe install NLTK, it will download a huge amount of data. It will download two things mainly. It will download the codes, and it will download as well the Cobra, like, you know, the text, the database that will be used. Okay, so but it's very simple. You know, this is the code. This is my ChatGPT. I use this for, if you remember when I told you that we need to analyze this ocean vision. This is actually a tool that I have created to analyze the text of the ocean vision. This is the example that we are using all the way. If you remember, we use this ocean vision for the clustering. And last lecture, we use it all as well, like we use as an example in order to get text from the different vision. And now I am using this as well as a natural language process to analyze this text. So the example that I'm sharing here, this one, description, cluster 4, this is the cluster 4 of the ocean vision. So actually I analyzed this vision. We found 4 clusters, okay? And this is the text that I have extracted from the website from cluster 4. Great. So it's very simple, you know. You need to download this NLTK into your machine using this pipe install. And then here I start to download words like databases from NLTK. So I need from NLTK, go to the corpus, and I will import from it stopwords. Okay, what's a stopwords? Stopwords simply is the word that you don't need it. Like, for example, I, you, he, she, some verbs like is, was, were. The stop, like the point at the end of the question. These things you don't want. Okay, when you start to analyze your text. So importing this stop words in order to remove it from the text. Because you see here, this file is to clean up our text. Then we start to download other work package or other package from the NLTK, and then we import this Gensim. This is the code that start to analyze the Cobra, and then we download something called language detect. All of this actually is come from the NTLK. So actually it's included within the things. And what I start to do, first, download the stopwords, download the punct, and then create the stopword. I don't want any stopwords. I want the English one. Okay, so if my text include any text, Chinese text, for example, they will not see it because I just download the English one. Okay. And then they start to to process the text. So first of all, I create sentence. So I get, you see here, sentence is a variable like a box. If you remember, when we start our course, we work with boxes. So we create a box called sentence. And here, split the text on the point, like the full stop. Once you find a full stop, this is a sentence. Okay? And then create English sentence, like exclude everything not English, and just put this English sentence in one database. Okay? And here I start to run like for loop. So for each sentence I extracted, check the language. If the language is unknown, just delete it. If the language is English, then look at these things. Is it HTTP? Is it start by www? If it's started by HTTP, this means that this line is a website. I don't need website. Delete it. If it's www, it's a website. I don't need websites. Just delete it. If it's sentence, put it in this string sentence. So we will create like a variable called English sentence. And in this variable, we have only sentence by sentence and only English sentence and without any websites. And sorry, one second. No problem.
In 10 minutes or 15 minutes, we are announcing.
Is that it? Yeah, I will almost finish. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have more 10, 15 minutes. It's okay for you?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Sorry, they are just calling me. So we try to finish in 10 minutes. Okay. So you just execute all the websites and you put just the sentence that we know it's sentence in a database. Okay. And then we create filtering words. And here we remove a stop word. Like stop word, again, stop word is a word that we don't need to analyze it. Like verbs, like there is he, she, it. This is stop words. This things that is not useful in our case, in my case, for example. And then we created something called steamed word. Steamed word actually, if you have a verb, like for example, driving, you remove the ing, like you get the verb in the primitive version of it. And then you create another database or another variable for English text where you join all the sentences together. You convert everything in one sentence. So now you are ready in order to analyze this text. And then we save this in description cluster 4. So actually, we imported a text that is collected from the website and we cleaned it and we saved it in this description cluster 4. Now we will open this topic modeling. And again, we download few data sets. And we use this description cluster for clean, the text that we already cleaned. And you can use here, we use this UTF-8 because we are using English. Anything not English will not be considered. And again, here again, even we already removed the stop words, we here try to remove it again, just double check that we don't have any stop words. And then, and here, we start to apply some not like natural language process in order to reduce the topic. How many topics in this text? And here we said it to 10 topics. So they start to go and find the relation between the words. You don't need to write the code. It's just like this. Idea, model, show, topic. It's already something existing in the topic modeling. In order to do the topic modeling, you need just to download your data, your abstract, and you can say, I would like to see how many topics in this data. And they find the relation between the words, and they say, okay, you have 3 topics in your text. This topic can be, for example, methodology about how to produce a component, something about sustainability. 3 topics, three or 4 different topics around the text that we downloaded about your master work. Here, I use like word proportional in order to see how many words related to this topic. Again, the topic, this is sort of cluster analysis. Here we show how many words related to a topic. Then I start to extract the results, and this result will be extracted in CSV file, which includes a different topic and the words that attach to each topic. Even here, I created a figure, and this figure actually show to you the weight of each topic. Like, you know, in my master, I analyzed text related to your PhD, for example, and you find 5 main topics that is going on around your PhD. And they can, by using this code, in order to highlight its heat map, it's called the heat map, they can highlight which topic of them is most important than the rest. So the weight for each topic can be done. And even in the code as well, we can set up like Word document. I don't know where is it, but there is a Word document where you can draw a figure to show all the words and the relation between these words. And also, I think here there is Ngram somewhere. I don't remember just Ngram and Instagram. No, it's not existing here. But you can say, I would like to find the Ngram, the relation between 3 words, for example, in my text. And you can just write the code and find that. Okay. So actually, this text, it's very simple text. You see, it's how many lines? It's 100 line, 150, 160 line. And the previous one is around 100. Yeah, almost 100. So in total, you have 200 lines code, and this will guide you. Actually, you can today download 10 paper about your PhD or about your master work, get the abstracts, just the abstracts, put these abstracts in CSV file, text file, and then run these 2 codes and see what the result is coming around this. You don't need to write any code. Just run this code as it is. And by this way, you create your ChatGPT to analyze your text. And once you start to understand, you can go deeper and you can add more codes to this codes, like more lines to analyze deeper what you need. Good. Questions?
I don't, sorry, Tamer, I don't have any
please.
questions. I just wanted to thank you for showing, it was very interesting, these examples you showed.
You have the example now, you can run it.
Yeah, I'm
And
excited.
this is a real, but you know, when you run it, most probably you will get error. Simply, this error is because of the database that you download. So you need to make sure you download the NLTK and all the databases that attach it with it. So if you have an error, like for example, Python give you an error that token database is missing, for example, you just go and pipe install local database. So maybe when you run it, you will get some error, and this error just simply because there is a database that's missing. But once you download everything, you just use it. It will be very fun. Use it. First of all, you can run it as a test, just to see the results that will come, and then run it using a text of your master or your PhD, and see what is coming. And again, you know, it's not a complicated. It's just one line. You can add one line to say, I need to visualize the relation between word X and word Y, and you see it. So again, I hope that you get the message now. AI, you feel AI, wow, AI, it's something complicated. No, it's complicated. Yeah, the mathematics behind it is complicated. The people who create this Cobra, they spend years to develop it. But in order to use it in your work, it just, you know, one line. Easy peasy, not a very complicated. And you can, I don't know if here people from social science, but if you are doing interview, analyzing like interview in your master or PhD work, it's very powerful tool. You can just download the interview, the speeches. You write a very simple code in order to convert this to text, get the text, insert it to this code, and then you start to find the relation. But I can see Zoya is writing something. Thanks a lot, Zoya. So I hope you find this like an interesting things. Again, we didn't go deeper, but now you have something like very simple, something you can use. The code is not long code. You can analyze it. You can go today, the code that I shared with you. You can go, okay, this is to download the database, this analyze this, and this opens the variables that is collects different word. What's the stop word? Maybe you can find a stop word. What's the stop word? You can see why we remove it, because it will create noise in our data, so we removed it. But sometimes you need to have like meaning, so you need the stop words. If your study is needs a stop word, you need to put stop word and so on. But any question? Okay, good. So thanks, people. I will upload the video for today, tonight. And I hope you just go through the code. And then maybe next lecture we can like have more questions from you about the error that you will, because I assume that you will get error, but don't be like afraid from this error. This is just simply something missing. You need to download this. So I really encourage you this week in order to download and test it. Test it with the database that I give it to you, like the text that I give it to you, and test it with some abstracts from your master and PhD. Good. And I would like to thank you very much just to accept that we have this lecture online today. And sorry for the background. Bye-bye.
Thank
It
you.
was perfect quality. Thank you so much for the lecture.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye.